Hello guys again. It is time to go with our last subchapter that makes chapter 5, and I just want to introduce you to W.D. Gann in the concept of trading. The whole purpose for this trading manual is to introduce to you the notions, the theories that are out there, and giving you a recommendation and showing you how things should be treated. But for a more in-depth analysis, you should do your own work and do your own research. But let's say that with this material, actually you have a good starting point for your trading adventure. Now, W.D. Gann was perhaps the most famous trader of all the traders of its time. His legacy to the trading community, it is so big, but unfortunately, because of unforeseen events, some of its work it has been lost. Some of it, let's say, it contains intriguing factors that many, let's say, traders of his contemporary times were doubting his abilities. He was a trader, researcher, innovator, and he went back in history, for example, for the securities that he was trading. He was trading a lot of commodities like grain and corn and cotton and something like this. So he went back in history, even in Egyptian times, to see how the price of cotton was varying from period to period, in order to look for cycles in trading. Gann was the first one to introduce the time element into the trading concept. So if you are trading and if you are having a price target for your, let's say this is a euro-dollar chart, okay? And if you are having a price target for the euro-dollar, then you should have also a time target, meaning when this price should be hit. He actually believed that the time should be treated with the same attention like price when you are trading. Actually, the concept of price and time treated together for forecasting the price of security was, from that moment, the holy grail of trading. So the MetaTrader offers you in here an entire tab for the Gann work. It is an extremely complex, let's say, principle trading with the Gann method. Not for anybody, I might say, and it is difficult to understand what he actually wanted to give to the markets because of the confusion in the data that I just told you about earlier. So if you click the insert tab in here, and you see this is the button for the Gann, and you have in here the Gann line, Gann fan, and the Gann grid. For example, if you choose the Gann grid and click, let's say, click in here, okay, and double click in here and just drag your line, you actually see a grid that goes with together with the price structure that you have. And let's say that you select the grid of being something like this, okay. So this grid is being formed by Gann boxes, and you will find more about the Gann boxes and how price and time it is respected between them by reading the book recommendations that go with this chapter. And on short, just saying that each box in here, of course, it has the same length, the same distance. So normally in a Gann grid, placed under specific conditions, price should travel, for example, from here, from this is a target both in price and time. So each intersection of those lines represent a target both in price and time. For example, look here, the price is making a consolidation on this grid in here. Almost when the time it is being reached, it jumps to the other projections to the upside, making a consolidation in here, and so on and so forth. This is only the Gann grid. If, for example, let's delete this Gann grid, and you also have in here inside the Gann and the Gann fan, and if you put a Gann fan, for example, in here to the upside and drag it like this, and this is the line, so this is the period that you want to analyze, and you are seeing actually in here this is a number of 9 lines, 4 to the upside and 4 to the downside, and the 1 line in the middle. Actually Gann believed that each security, equity or commodity or currency pair, whatever, has its own unique way of dancing, so to say, of developing, and this unique way is being named the one with one line. So actually, let's make a text in here. So this, it is being called one line. More on this famous line you can find going over the internet or reading the reading materials that I suggest on the chapter, but this is the most famous lines of them all. So according to Gann, if you are trading equities, and if you are trading a specific equity, or if you are trading indices, this one with one line actually is the line the price is developing for that specific security. In this case, on the euro dollar, if you are able to identify the one with one line, let's say you are going on a monthly chart, you go back in history from the inception of the currency, and for the inception of the euro dollar back in 1970s and so on, and then you just look on the monthly chart for the one with one line, meaning the degree, the angle degree in which the price is rising and falling. You will have a one with one line for a rising price and one with one for a falling price. Then what I would do, for example, I would go on the smaller time frames like weekly or daily and so on, copy paste that line, keeping the angle, so the angle is the most important one, keeping the angle for the one with one line, and wherever you have a downtrend, use that line as a reference, and wherever you have an uptrend, also use the other line for a reference, as this being the angle the security or the euro dollar is traveling to the upside or to the downside. The angles you will find they are going to be different on downward move than on an upward move. Reason is in an upward move, for example, let's say buying and upward moves they are associated with euphoria and complacency that takes place, meaning the price advances to the upside but with a different degree and acceleration than it goes to the downside, because on the downside the panic factor and fear come into place. So what I'm trying to say that your one with one line probably to the upside will be something like this, but to the downside, and if you take a horizontal line, then the angle will be something like this to the upside, but to the downside your angle should be something like this, compared with the same horizontal line. Now coming back to the Gann fan in here, so this is the one. Let's say that this is the one with one line for this example, and all the other lines are being called. This is being called what? The second line, okay, 1 with 2, and then 1 with 2, and so on and so forth. 1 with 4, with 8, with 16. Okay. And so forth. Now these are being offered by the MetaTrader in this form. I just gave you a short hint what these lines really mean. Other platforms out there and other brokers, when you choose a Gann fan, these values are automatically being calculated, meaning you have the one with one with two, one with four lines. But the MetaTrader does not offer that. Anyways, going and reading the book recommendations, I strongly recommend to go and study Gann Master's Technical Analysis course written by the Helikers, and the W.D. Gann Method of Trading written by Gerald Marish in the 1990s. Both books introduce you the whole concept of Gann trading with Gann boxes, Gann square, taking into consideration time element, Gann fan, one with one lines, and much more. It is you should imagine that I'm trying in here in 10 minutes, trying to let's say advertise Gann trading method, because from my point of view this is one of the best trading methods in the world. So until next time, stay safe on the markets. This is the end of chapter 5, and we're going to the next chapter, the 6th chapter, and this time we are going to take a look at market geometry, and we have a couple of examples regarding market geometry, as this is also important for our trading manual journey. Keep in mind that each chapter in here has only the purpose of introduce you a concept, showing you something that you should take into consideration when trading, and the in-depth analysis that you should do is your own job. So let's go to chapter 6, market geometry.